Hello everybody and welcome to the next game of Saga. I've been joined again by Robin, who's bought his Vikings back, and we're going to have another go at it. As you can see, we've got a lovely river crossing scenario that's been set up, which I'll go through in a minute. Now, this is the next video in the series, however, it's not the next game. We actually had a small game straight after our first one, including the same rules errors that we made in the first one, but it was really just to get a feel for the game and everything, and our Warlords did earn a little bit of experience out of that, and we bought some abilities. However, that one wasn't really worth putting up because we were still, say, getting to grips with the rules and just making sure that we were doing everything properly, which we weren't, but we will be now. So what we'll do, we'll roll through the scenario, then we'll have a look at the forces, and then we'll just get into the game. Okay, so today's scenario is called The Crossing for obvious reasons. You can see we've got this bridge set up in nearly the middle of the board, and this scenario is basically about movement, and it's based on survival points, not massacre points. So it's all about troops we got left on the board at the end of the game, and also how many of them made it across the river and got close to our warlord. So the river has been placed lengthways on the table, and then we've set up the terrain according to the universal method. But we decided to ignore a couple of things because we wanted a little sort of fisherman's hut, and that forest over there is within L of the bridge, but so we might have to scooch that back a little bit. But otherwise, we've got some rocky ground at the top of this hill here. We have this little building, which is just an area of sort of impassable terrain. We have the bridge, we have a little forest over there, and we have some bushes over there. Basically, the way this is going to work is both of us are going to divide our warbands into two groups, which each contain as even number of units as possible, though each of us have got, it's a 5-point warband game that we're playing, so we have 6 units, so there'll be 3 in each. What's going to happen is the one of us that wins the roll-off will deploy essentially in one of the 4 quarters. The opponent can then deploy in the opposite quarter on the same side of the board. Then the person who deployed first goes in the diagonally opposite quarter of the board, and then the opponent in the other one. So essentially, if Robin deployed here first, his rest of his forces would be over there. If I deployed here first, mine are going to be over there. So we're going to both be clashing on either side of the bridge. So we're going to be trying to cross the bridge and wrestle control of it away from each other. So hopefully we'll be getting into combat quite quickly. Now, there's a few special rules for this scenario. The first one is, of course, we have a river. Now, rivers are generally classed as uneven terrain, but they don't count as areas of terrain. So as you'll see, because Robin's warlord has an ability that means he can go through areas of uneven terrain. However, the river doesn't count as an area of terrain. Part of the scenario setup meant that we had to roll to see what type of river we had here. Was it, chaotic or calm? And you have to roll to see what it's doing either side of the bridge. So we've rolled, and on this side of the bridge, it's uneven. So it counts as uneven ground. So troops can go through there. They just suffer a movement penalty. On this side of the river, it's impassable. It's in flood. It's too deep. Something like that. So we can't cross the river there, but we can over here. So we're going to have troops that are funneling down here to either get across the river or get stuck in. Now, the other rule that comes into play in this scenario, which is a rule that we left out of our last game, not because we basically forgot it. I didn't even know it existed, and I've been playing Saga for quite a while, is the maneuver rule, which is essentially that if there are no enemies within a long distance of you, you can activate a unit without spending a Saga dice to execute a move. So it's a way of just getting troops up the table without burning Saga dice. That rule doesn't count in this game. So even though that's something we forgot, so we're aware of it, but it doesn't take part in this scenario. The game is going to last for 6 turns, and then afterwards we total our survival points, and we add 2 bonus points per friendly unit that is within M of the warlord and entirely on the same bank, and 6 bonus points if it is a unit that ends the game on the opposite bank. So we're just going to be trying to cross over, I think. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, it's going to be brutal in the middle, isn't it?
It is going to be brutal. Why don't you tell us about your warlord? Because you took an extra ability after the last game. So we've earned a total of 7 experience each. And what was the ability? Well, tell us about your warlord.
So Ulfa Snorrison, he took the exploration ability, which is the first level of it, which lets him move through uneven terrain without have his movement reduced, which be handy for charging, but obviously, he doesn't bring his water wings though, so he can't wade through the river.
No, so because the river, they say the river doesn't count as an area of terrain, that ability won't come in.
As far as I understand, doesn't.
He doesn't walk on water across there. Okay. I took the ability tenacity. Oh, sorry, I should probably say. So my warlord is Egbert of Sudfield, and I've got 7 experience points, just like Robin, and I took tenacity at level 1, which is whenever fatigue is used to reduce my armor, I gain 1 defense dice. I don't think that's for every point of fatigue. I think it's just simply if 1 fatigue is spent, I get an extra defense dice. So I need that because my armor suffers in combat because I use a big double-handed axe. So that's what I've taken. Obviously, we'll be carrying on after this game, hopefully, as long as we still like the game at the end. As you can see, we're using a mixture of scenery. Robin's brought his scenery along. You say that the building's from war bases.
Yeah, war bases.
So we've got
lollipop sticks stuck on to make frames.
So war bases, lollipop sticks. You've got the cattle. The river is from Last Valley, as are the roads. You made the trees?
Yep.
So Robin's made the trees. My friend made those. My friend Matt made those. I made the rocks. So it's a real mixture on here. But I really do think it looks like a nice Dark Age board. So what we'll do, we'll roll through the forces first. Then we'll get deployed, and then we'll get into the first turn. Okay, so here is my 5-point Anglo-Danish warband. We have my warlord. There's Egbert of Sudfield at the back, looking all grim and determined. I have taken 2 points worth of warriors, and I'm keeping those both in units of 8. I've got 2 units of half guard for 1 point each, 1 armed with Dane axes, and in my extra point, I've taken some levy because I'm hoping I can maybe shoot across the river, and that'll deter the Viking menace. But we shall see. So this gives me a total of 6 Saga dice. Okay, Robin, why don't you talk us through what you've got?
So I've got my Warlord Alpha, and then he's brought with him 1 unit of Hearthguard, not Berserkers, just ordinary Hearthguard, 3 units of Warriors, which again I've kept in 8, so I was tempted to split them, make them into bigger units, but I wanted the Saga dice, and then a unit of Levy with Javelins. So hopefully, they're not going to have the range to go across the river unlike your bows, but
you're going to be...
They can,
yeah, because you can move and then throw them, can't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you've got the numerical advantage.
Yeah.
So we'll see how things go. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to go straight into deployment, and then we'll come back to you, talk you through that, and then we'll get into the first turn. Okay, so we are all deployed. Now, it's a little bit weird because, of course, we've got models on both sides of the board. Before we just get into the deployment, obviously, in the last game, we made a few errors with the way that certain Saga abilities work, specifically reactions. So we're going to try our best to make sure that we get those in the right sort of order this time. So we've got a few notes, but obviously if we miss anything out, just comment down below, and obviously in the time it comes around to the next game, we'll try our best to put them in, but we always want to keep the game moving. I suppose a really big one is also a unit can never have more than double the attack dice that it started with in its attack pools. When Robin does do his Valhalla ability and
15 dice off a 4-man unit.
No. Although, to be fair, it did nothing. Excellent. So here we go. So I won the roll off for deployment. So I am the first player. So I deployed first, and I will be going first as well. So I chose this table quarter over here. Just to remind you guys that the games of Saga are 4 foot wide and 3 foot deep. So even though this is a 4x4 with our very nice naturally occurring white line down the side there, we're essentially this road width here. The edge of the board is here for all intents and purposes, and the same over there. So the first thing I chose to deploy was over here by the fisherman's hut. There is Egbert of Sudfield. I chose to put him down with the non-Dane Axie half guard and just a unit of warriors. And then on the other side of the river, we have my Levy archers, the Dane Axe half guard, and this unit of warriors here. So essentially, in order to get the points, these units have got to live, but to get the bonus points, this lot have got to get over to him, or he's got to get over to them. So if these guys end up within medium of him, they get 2 points. But also because they've crossed the river, they get 6 points, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to be complicated. Robin, why don't you talk us through your deployment? You started...
I started here.
Oh, you might have seen, before we go into it, we have shifted the terrain around slightly to make sure that it's in the right place according to the deployment rules for the scenario.
So I started over here because it's going to be... Well, one, because I can actually move across the river on this side. And it's going to be a race for the bridge, I think.
Yes.
And then I went over there because it was the only corner left.
So what we got here? These are your levy.
My levy, so I'm hoping I can chuck some javelins at your warlord before your other guys get
if my warlord dies to a javelin, I'm not going to be very...
and then because of the uneven terrain, I kind of ran out of space a little bit because the river being impassable this side made a massive difference, I think.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
Go more over this way maybe, but I was going to have to try and get stuff this way.
Okay, so there we go. So what we're going to do, we're going to get into the first turn. Now, I'll be taking the first turn, and the scenario dictates that for the first turn, even though I generate 6 Saga dice, I can only roll 3. So I'll be going for 3. So this is the Anglo-Dane turn 1. Let's get into it. Right, okay, so that... Oh, I won't say it wasn't great. Of course, I was only rolling 3 dice, and as you can see, I just rolled 3 axes. So what that means is I can't activate my levy at all because they activate on the horse or the helmet. And as they're nowhere near my warlord, he can't give them the we obey rule and make them move. So they're not going to be doing anything. So what I chose to do was I put 2 dice into my Fjord, so I can activate 2 units of warriors, and I put 1 axe into my the Herskels with the half guard. My plan is, very simply, that I will activate the half guard that are near the warlord with We Obey. So this way I should be able to move everything with the exception of my levy. However, that I have no Saga abilities ready. Okay, so to begin with, I'm going to activate a unit of warriors. Okay, I'm going to activate this unit of warriors, and they are very simply just going to move. Excellent. Now I'm going to activate some half guard. To save me walking around the table, Robin is going to very kindly move those. So if you can move my half guard basically around the archers and then sort of back in. So thank you very much. And then finally, just for the dice, I'm going to activate a unit of warriors. Robin, do you mind just moving those over the hedge? As they're going over the hedge, they're having their movement reduced to short. There we go. Right, well, what I'm going to do, I haven't got any dice left, but I do have Determination and We Obey from my Warlord and from my half guard. Now, I'm trying to predict what Robin's going to do here, whether he's going to try and cross these over or he's going to try and move these over. His Warlord's over there, so I guess it would make sense to get these over there, but then this lot are a bit more manoeuvrable, and he can cross the river this way. Decisions. I will use We Obey to activate my half guard here. Half guard are going to sort of take up a position near the bridge, but not on it, in case you decide to wade across. And using Determination, my Warlord is going to move to here, making sure that he is still within short of them so he can sacrifice a half guard if necessary. Excellent. Right, well, there we go. That is the end of the Anglo-Danish turn 1. We'll go into Saxon turn... No, not Saxon. Viking. Turn 1. Okay. Alright, Robin, so what have you done?
So I did roll an S rune, so I re-rolled the 2 dice. Again, because I can't see anything getting into combat too soon. So I've mainly put it into activations with 1 dice just put down to abilities, potentially for an activation later on, and then a little bit into combat pools, because at the very least I'm hoping to throw some javelins at you.
Okay.
Because it's for shooting as well.
I'm not looking forward to that, I've got to say. Right then, so what are you going to start with?
I'm going to go with my unit of levies first.
So this is your unit of levy here. What do you want them to do? They can
move towards the warriors.
Oh no!
And then throw javelins at you.
All right, okay. And then javelin range is M, isn't it? So, yep. Okay, right. Let's work out the dice pool. Okay, so with javelins, you get 1 dice for every 2 people.
Yep.
So that's 6 dice. Okay. Are you going to spend
so
any?
then I've got I've got an S rune actually, so I'm going to use my combat bonus, which is an S rune, which adds 2 attack dice.
Okay. I have no Saga abilities and you have no fatigue, so I can't respond in any way. Okay, so you've got an attack pool of 8 dice. I have a armor of 4. Oh, that's quite good.
5?
Okay, and a shooting save is 4 up, isn't it?
Yes.
So 5 saves of 4 for my warriors. Oh, that's bad.
Oh dear.
That's really bad. I've lost 4 to javelins.
Oh, no.
1, 2, 3, 4. That was nasty. Yeah, what do you want to do now? When you can decimate another unit.
I'm going to activate a unit of warriors. It's going to be the ones closest to the bridge.
Oh, here they come. Now, are you going for the bridge, or are they going to get wet?
I'm going for the bridge with these ones. So, not quite. Is that all 8? Yeah.
Yep. All right. Okay. Let's see what's next.
I'm going to go with my Hearthguard.
What do you want these guys to do?
Very simply, just going to move behind the...
Move behind them?
Yeah, because obviously they're actually maybe about an inch off the edge of the table at the moment.
Oh, well.
They're back on
now.
now.
There we go. There's going to be no one left for them. The javelins are taking them all out.
I'm then going to use the Warlords We Obey.
Yep.
Which obviously doesn't need a dice. So that'll be on a unit over here.
Okay.
Next to him. So they're going to come for the river. So
oh, I see what you're doing. You don't want to form a queue.
No.
No, and it's going to, and because this is uneven, it's going to take
a couple of turns.
Of wading across. This is where I need my archers peppering them, or my warlord just standing on the bank with his big axe,
just chopping them down. And while we're over here, I'm going to use his determination.
Where's he going? Is he going to get his feet wet?
He's a Viking. I guess they're used to getting their feet wet.
I kind of feel like he should be carried on a shield like Vercingetorix, for like Asterix.
Across the river. Or flip the shield upside down and just
float across it.
My only activation left is a unit of levies.
Oh, you want to go with your levy again?
Go with the levy again.
So you'll generate a fatigue for doing that, and and let's have a look.
Need to move, so I'll move.
Oh, because of course you get to shoot for free with the javelins, don't you?
Yes.
So you're going to move
a bit. Yeah.
To there?
Yep.
And then you're going to hurl javelins at me.
Yeah, because I'll be in charge range no matter what, because obviously...
I don't think it matters. I think I'm about to get squished. And now, are you throwing your javelins at me again?
I am. So
okay.
Same combat pool of 6. I've got 1 dice that's not an S rune left in the combat bonus, so...
That adds 1.
That'll be up to 7. And then you
I'm going to spend your point of fatigue to raise my armour to 5. So 7 dice looking for 5s. 1. That's better. So I need 1 save of 4. Hey, okay, that's much better. Yeah, but I don't like it. Well, I don't know if that was typical. But yeah, what a difference. It definitely shows how we sort of buggered it up a bit last time, didn't it? Because
also shows I shouldn't have spent the first game with them lurking in the field.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Is that it now?
That is it.
All right, okay. So, as you can see, the Vikings are making a big push from over there and over there. My forces, I'm a bit worried. It's quite a long way away over there because I couldn't get those levy moving. Now I can see how that manoeuvre rule comes in handy, because all of that over there would be moving without having to use Saga dice, and then you can use Saga dice to get them going. Question is, what am I going to do? Am I going to move my warlord across? Am I going to take my warlord over there to meet my men? I mean, to be fair, like you said, we could just let each other cross and work it out.
I'll wade across, you use the bridge.
Anyway, let's go. Anglo-Dane, turn 2. Okay, so that might be the best set of rolling I've ever done for Saga abilities. First 6 dice, I managed to roll 3 of the helmets and a mixture of others. I used 1 of the helmets to use the activation pool ability, and rolled another helmet and an additional horse. So I've stacked up on abilities here. I've put 1 into Lord of War, which is the big one for the Warlord, that basically removes all his fatigue, makes him really hard to hit, but also you can't activate him again. So you want to do loads of stuff with your Warlord and then basically make him a statue. I've then put 2, and I've taken the ability Exhaustion, which I'm looking forward to using. And then the rest of them, it's just a mixture of getting the levies moving and getting the warriors going as well. So to kick everything off, I think I'm going to start with Exhaustion. And I get to choose 3 units, and each one suffers a fatigue. Okay, well, I think we're going to give this unit a fatigue. We're going to give your Warlord a fatigue. And we're going to give these half guard here a fatigue. I think next I'm going to activate my levy. Robin, would you mind moving the levy? Just a medium move. Forward, please. Just in the same formation. They're not like your javelins, so they can't shoot afterwards. Lovely. Next up, we'll go with some half guard. Same with the half guard. Can you bring those in towards the road, if you would? So just sort of scooting past the edge of the levy. And then I might as well say the next dice I'm going to use, I want to activate. Activate unit, the same unit of warriors to move over there, please. Yeah, up behind.
Brave, you sheltering behind them.
Oh, absolutely. That's why they're there. You see, it's weird. We've kind of got this S-shaped thing going on where you're coming in from this way, I'm going across here, you're attacking me in the back, and I'm hopefully going to do something to you because I'm hoping you're going to have to respond to that. Okay, I think it's time to use We Obey. So I'm going to use We Obey, and I'm going to charge this unit of warriors.
So I'm going to use my Asgard ability.
Yep, what does Asgard do?
It's a reaction to an activation.
Yep.
Trigger after a unit has been activated to charge, but before the charge is resolved, remove a fatigue from one of your units.
Okay, so that could be any unit.
Well, if we're reading that right, it's any one of my units.
Yeah, it just says any one of your units.
Take it from the warriors.
Not the Warlord? Okay.
No, he's fine. Warriors on
Okay.
the riverbank.
Okay, right, so these guys are going to charge. Let's work out the combat pool. Okay, so I get 1 dice for each of my warriors, so that's 4 dice. Robin gets 1 dice for every 3 of his levy, so he also has 4 dice. He has no fatigue that I'm going to spend. I've got no Saga ability I want to use. Robin?
I've got nothing.
So it's just 4 on 4. What's the armour of the javelin wielding levy?
I think it's 3, because javelins reduce the armor by 1 in melee.
Yep, it is 3. So I've got 4 dice hitting on 3s, and you've got 4 dice hitting on 4s. Okay, I'm looking for 3s. That's 2. Looking for 4s. Oh, it's 3. Unbelievable. Again, alright, so I need 2 saves of 5. No, 3 saves of 5, sorry. I've got 2 dead, and you need 2 saves of 5.
Oh
1
no.
dead. So I lost the combat. I don't believe it.
And a Saga dice.
As Robin's pointed out, I've also lost a Saga dice. So I lost 2 guys, and I have to go backwards. Fortunately, you didn't wipe me out. And then I'm just going to get javelined to death in the next turn. And then you lost 1 guy, and we both suffer a fatigue. I've decided to just use determination from my Warlord, who is going to scoot over here behind. Actually, no. Do you know what? No, this is meant to be a strong sort of tail. He's going to. This might be a bad idea. I don't know. Actually, yeah, it's a bad idea. He's just gonna retreat a little bit behind there. There we go. So I'm going to leave it there, even though I've still got an activation that I can use on my board. I want to save that for next turn because I have a feeling I'll have to get my troops over there moving. So there we go. That's the end of Anglo-Dane turn 2. We'll go into Viking turn 2. Okay, Robin's completed his orders phase. So what did you go with?
A few activation dice. Rolled a lot of the. Not the S or the B rune. I'm not sure what you call that rune actually.
Let's find out for next game.
I will.
And respond to it with its full sort of name.
name. And then a couple of abilities that I'm hoping I'll be able to use possibly in your turn.
Okay, all right. So what are you going to start with?
Trusty levies.
Oh, here we go. You're going to charge?
Yeah. Oh no, I've got fatigue on me. No, I'm just going to move. And throw javelins at you.
I just thought you'd sit there and just throw
I
javelins.
don't have to move, do I?
No, you can do.
Oh yeah, next time I'll just throw the javelins.
You're just going to throw the javelins to activate them to shoot. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you're going to shoot. You're rounding up, so you still get 6 dice.
Yep. I haven't lost. Well, I lost 1 model, obviously, to your warriors.
Have you got any abilities, Saga abilities
Nothing
you want to play?
No.
I will use your fatigue to raise my armor to 5. Because you can't use my fatigue in a shooting attack. So, you've got 6 dice hitting on 5s. I don't believe it. What's going on, Robin?
They've got angst from not being used properly in the last one.
I need saves of 4. You've killed my entire unit.
How sad, oh dear.
You've killed the whole unit. That's going to put fatigue on both of them.
One more hit.
There we go. That's not great, is it? Oh dear, so now my Warlord is marooned on this side of the battlefield. This is now turned into escort the Warlord to the rest of the army. If the Warlord makes it over, do I get the 6 points for the Warlord making it over?
Yeah, because then also...
It's also on the same riverbank.
He'd be on the same riverbank, but you just wouldn't get the bonus points for them crossing.
But I get the bonus points for him crossing, for him.
Yeah.
Alright, okay, so this is turned into get Egbert across the river. Right.
Yeah, there's going to be a bit of remembering what started on what side.
I don't mean it's going to matter because I've got 4 little men and 1 Warlord. Your stuff, yeah, because you've got loads. Right, let's see what he wants to do next.
Going to use... going to activate a unit of warriors.
Yep. Which unit are you activating then?
For the unit on the bridge.
Oh, are they gonna, let me guess. They're going to run onto the bridge to block the way.
No, I'm just going to run next to it. No, I'm joking.
He's going to come swimming across. I just thought, this is very Lord of the Rings, isn't it? Your Warlord could be swimming across and I could just sit on the bank shooting him, using fatigue to make sure he doesn't move or cancelling his activations.
You're going to cast a spell and then wash me down the river.
Oh, just turn invisible. I was just trying to think of another film or something where someone goes floating down the river. Okay, so they're on the bridge.
Going to use my Warlord's determination.
Yep.
No, I'm going to use We Obey, sorry.
Okay.
We Obey first. So they're going to be reduced
to short because they're moving into the uneven terrain.
Going for a paddle.
Okay. It's going to take them a couple of turns to get over. Interesting.
Thing is though, if I get everything over there, you can then just move over here.
Yeah.
Unmolested.
Oh, but I'm not because you're on the bridge.
Apart from that. If you move close
I've got
enough...
5... No, sorry. If we go with how many men are actually there on the bases, I've got 7 guys versus a lot.
And then I'm going to use the Warlord's determination. Do you want to use his fatigue to...
What, to reduce that to a very short? Yeah, I do, actually. So, he basically just makes it to... there. Yep.
He moves the width of his base.
Are you spending the last one?
Yep, so it's activate a unit of Hearthguard.
Oh, okay.
Hearthguard.
Right, where do you want them to go? Why are you giving me the shot? You need the medium one.
I assumed you were going to use the fatigue.
Yeah, you're right, I am.
Just move them up behind the levy because they're going to follow their superiors.
The superiors. There we go. I'm just trying to slow you down now.
Yeah, that's going to be me.
That's it.
I'm leaving the dice.
You've got your abilities on there.
Well, I can maybe take them off at the start of my turn, can't I? But for the moment.
All right. Okay. So there we are at the end of the Viking second turn. So let's get started on Anglo-Dane turn 3. Okay, so an interesting orders phase. I still had a couple on the board. I've put the mask into intimidation. Now remember, I was rolling 1 Saga dice less because I've lost the entire unit. Well, it's not that I lost the entire unit. I've lost half the unit, which then the entire unit. Anyway, I put 1 order into intimidation. I've put then just mixed in there for the levy and the warriors because I need to get my forces moving. And I've still got Lord of War, so I can still try and do something fancy with my Warlord. So to kick things off, I think the first thing I want to do is activate some levy. Robin, will you just move the levy well, I can come across here now. I think we're going to basically up onto the riverbank, sort of a semicircle if we can. That'd be lovely, just so that they're all in range of your lovely unit on the bridge there.
Are you playing it like Gork and Walker if the figure falls off the bridge?
Oh, it just floats out. I was just putting forward the idea. I think if a unit's exhausted in the river, you should roll to see if any of them float away. But we're playing it as it is in the book, and we're not changing anything yet. Okay, right. Let's have a look at what next. I think next I'm going to use We Obey to put my unit up onto the bridge.
I'm going to spend their point of... This is on the Hearthguard.
Yeah, the Hearthguard.
Spend their point of fatigue to reduce...
To reduce that, so it's just a short move.
Still give it to the end.
So they're at the end of the bridge. So we're going to have a repeat of Stamford Bridge here. You need to have one Berserker on there. And I need the ability to go underneath it and stab him. I'm going to... I think I'm going to have to use Determination.
We can always refight Malden in the river as well.
In the Battle of Malden. In the Battle of Malden, they didn't even really do that, did they? In the Saga, didn't the Saxons, if I remember right, didn't the Saxons invite the Vikings onto the land to fight them? Because if they'd maintained their position, they could have just killed the Vikings as they were coming off this little sort of island that they were in.
About it after, wasn't there? They bravely called them forward and then...
And then they got killed, and they killed their king. There's actually a really good little graphic novel about that, which I've got. Okay, right, let's move the Warlord using Determination to there. So he's sticking with his bodyguard, who are now trying to get him across the board. I think the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to try and soften that unit of warriors up. So I'm going to activate the levy. Right, so my levy are going to fire with their bows at Robin's unit. They're all in range.
I can't remember. Their fatigue for the second activation goes on after.
I think it goes on now, doesn't it? While Robin's working that out, I will get 6 dice for the 12 I've got there.
No, it's after the activation.
So it's after. Okay, so the fatigue goes on afterwards. All right, we've got to remember that. So I think we might have screwed up over here then, because I think I spent something that you put on straight away, but we'll have to double check. So it goes on after the activation.
That came from your ability you'd already...
Oh, okay, right. Well, okay, so there's no fatigue on me yet. No. So I'm going to get 6 attacks. You got any abilities you want to use?
Yeah, so I've got Odin, which is a shooting reaction. The shooting unit takes as much fatigue as necessary for it to become exhausted.
After the action. Okay.
So they'll be exhausted once they...
It's a very, very tiring hail of arrows. Okay. All right. In that case, then, I'm going to get 6 dice. I haven't got any other abilities. Do you have any other abilities you want to play?
No.
All right. So 6 dice hitting on 4s. That's 4. So you need 4 saves of 4. That's 2 dead. Okay, that wasn't so bad. So that's 2 dead, and my unit has taken 3 and are now exhausted. That's fine. They did a couple of casualties. I'm going to activate a unit of Hearthguard. Now, this is their second activation, so they're going to generate fatigue at the end of it.
Yep,
so they are going to charge. Okay, so I've got 4 Hearthguard, which is 8 dice. You've got 6 warriors now. Two of them are over here with some arrows in them. Starting with me, you don't have any fatigue. I don't have any Saga abilities that I want to use, so I'll pass to you.
Nope, I've got no...
No? Okay, so I have... These are my non-Danax ones. So I have 8 dice hitting on 4s, and you have 6 dice hitting on 5s. Okay, so hitting on 4s. 4. You're hitting on 5s. 2. I need 2 saves of 5. 2 dead. You need 4 saves of 5. I don't believe it. So I've lost the combat, and I have to come back off the bridge.
1 fatigue for me, and 2 for you, won't it, I think?
Yeah. Okay, right, back to the board. Okay, I'm going to activate a unit of warriors. Robin, would you mind bringing my warriors? Actually, yeah, if you can bring them through the gap where the Hearthguard are.
Yep.
Lovely.
Not filming this, are you?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, but I'll just be I'll be zipping through it. I promise.
10 minutes later, I've moved this unit. Okay.
Excellent. Okay. And then I'll activate my unit of Hearthguard. This unit up the top here. Can you just get them on? Yeah, get them onto the road. Onto that thing that means that they won't fall over. There we go. Right. So, it's not looking good for my Warlord. All right. That's the end of turn 3 for the Anglo-Danes. Let's go into turn 3 for the Vikings. Okay, Robin. So, what did you do? Because you got all of the S rooms.
I did roll a lot of S's, but then actually, some of the situation. I need to do a bit of movement.
You need to find out what that rune is really called.
Yeah.
Yes, rune doesn't sound quite as cool as whatever I'm sure its real name is.
But this scenario is a lot about movement, isn't it? So actually, I had 1 dice still on the board, so I put 4 dice into activations and a couple more abilities. But hopefully, if some melee occurs, I'll be able to use.
Okay, well look, I'm just going to, before you start, I'm going to play one of my abilities, which is Intimidation. So this is orders reaction, so I use it in reaction to your start your orders phase. The first unit activated during the next activation phase will suffer a fatigue at the start of its activation. If you use the helmet, which I am, then it's the first 2 units that you activate suffer a fatigue.
Okay, that's fine.
So what are you going to activate first?
I'm going to start with a unit of warriors.
Okay.
So we're going to start with
that unit, the swimming.
At what point are they gaining this?
I guess it just comes at the end of their activation.
Okay.
So it just says the first activated unit will suffer a fatigue. Oh no, at the start of its activation.
So do you want to
so I will put that on them. Yeah, we'll shorten it down to very short, so they swim slowly across the river. So sorry, yep, that was a bit. That was a bit arse about face. So there we go. Excellent.
I guess this is why they brought boats rather than wading everywhere. With the Warlord.
Okay, so he'll gain a fatigue.
And he's going to use determination.
No, I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'm not going to stop him. So no, he'll go short, won't he? Because I know he's got that ability, but he can't use it.
Nope.
There we go, and he takes that with him. Okay.
I'm going to use Weir Bay.
Okay.
So I did a unit of warriors first, didn't I?
Yeah. Right.
I'm going to activate them again.
You can activate these guys again.
Yeah,
okay.
for the second activation. So they're gonna
so they get this at the end of their activation, don't they? So
they're going to move
onto the bank.
Onto the bank. I'm going to use Njord.
Yep.
Activation. Remove fatigue from each unit within M of your warlord.
Oh.
So definitely.
It's like you planned in relation to what I had.
And there. Now, is the warlord within M of himself?
I'm not sure. Let's have a look at the book of the errata.
He is, but
so yes, a handy little look at the little sort of help page next to the Viking reads that yes, he does remove that. So that just invalidated that ability for me completely. Fantastic. Right, what's next?
I'm gonna have to go with the levies.
What are the levy going to do? Because they iron up my warlord.
They're going to come this way. They don't need to move the full.
So you want what? You just want them? All right.
Mark around.
I feel like this is a bit of a Boromir moment here. I hope it. Well, actually, no. I was about to say I hope it goes down the same way. I don't. No. So there we go. So you are going to get your full 6 dice.
I've got no
Saga abilities. You don't have any fatigue for me to spend. And I can't use the Saga ability I have. So you've got 6 dice, and you are hitting now. His armor.
6 is for sure. I've got a Danax.
He's got a Danax, but that only counts in melee.
Yep.
So the Warlord he has an armor of 5 against shooting. Are you looking for 5s? 2. Okay, I've got 2 4s. Yes, that's more like it.
I'm going to activate a unit of warriors.
Okay. What unit of warriors are we going with?
These ones.
Are they going to charge?
They are doing the charge.
Okay, hang on a second. I am going to reduce. I'm just going to. Oh no, that's mine. That's my fatigue. I can't use my fatigue. That'd be great. Oh no, that means I've got 2 fatigue. Oh dear. Okay, so let's work out the combat pool.
I assume you're not closing ranks.
I am not going to close ranks. No, I get 4 dice for my 2 half guard. You get 5 dice. Starting with your abilities.
Your armor in combat is
5.
Okay, so I'll spend a point of your fatigue to reduce your armor.
2, 4.
Yep.
Okay, I don't have anything.
And then I will spend the Heimdall ability to gain 5 attack dice, which I can do because I started with 5.
Yep, so it's 5 because you can never have more than double your starting pool.
So
that noise you might be able to hear on the video is my cat trying to open the cupboard door to get his food. I don't starve my cat. He's actually already had a whole bowl of food today.
Yeah, that'd be my last ability because my other one adds more dice, but as we found.
Okay, yeah, you can't do that. What about my final fatigue? You could raise your armor or lower mine again.
Yeah, I shall raise my armor because actually.
So you've lowered mine to 4 and raised yours to 5.
Yep.
Okay.
there's no point leaving you with it because you might.
Okay, so I have 4 dice hitting on 5s. You have a lot of dice hitting on 4s.
10 dice looking for 4s. No.
3, 4.
4. That's below average.
And I have 4 dice hitting on 5s. That's 2. You need 2 saves of 5. 2 dead. I need 4 saves of 5. Nope, I'm annihilated. Okay, so these guys are gone.
I caused 4 wounds, so I didn't lose the combat. I was trying to work out if it was a draw, and I should have.
No. It's because I've lost unit, and I take a fatigue on my warlord.
So I'm going to activate my Hearthguard.
So these guys here, what are they doing? Just following up.
Coming back round towards the road.
Towards this way.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to go and meet up with the warlord, are they? They're going to go and tell them how they were actually the ones who killed everybody.
You won't believe what we saw.
Or even that. Or, no, that was totally us who's wiped out everything. Right then, have you got anything else?
No, just leaving that last
right
dice on the board.
Okay, so that is the end of the Viking turn 3. We're now halfway through the game. I'm going to have to do something amazing because my warlord is here in the middle of this big Viking mob. I'm going to have to send some men to the rescue, I think. So let's go into... I forgot you got this unit over here. Not doing very...
kind of, because there's no manoeuvre rule, I've kind of left them behind a bit. But...
Okay, well, let's go into Anglo-Dane turn 4, and I need to go and feed my cat before he chews his own leg off. Okay, so fairly good. I was thinking more about activations than I was about abilities. Obviously, I've still got Lord of War. I put 1 onto determination, which will give me some extra attack or defense dice. I think I may need those. And then everything else was up here. I've only gone with 1 on my levy. So I think I'll kick things off, and we'll start with activating the levy. Yeah, I'll just activate them to rest, which will remove all of their fatigue, I think. Is it all their fatigue or just 1 of their fatigue? Just 1? Okay. So I'll have, they've got rid of 1 fatigue. Okay, so next I think I'm going to activate a unit of half guard. Sorry, I should rephrase, my only unit of half guard. Can you run them down towards the bridge, please? Thank you very much. Next, I'm going to use this guy's determination, and he's going to rest. I'll take that off.
A determined rest.
A determined rest. I'm going to activate my warlord. My warlord is going to charge your warriors on the bridge. Let's work out... Do you want to close ranks?
No.
Right, okay, so let's work out dice. My warlord has an aggression of 8. You have an aggression of 3. So, I have 8 dice. Robin has 3 dice. He's chosen not to close ranks. So starting with me, I am going to spend your... point of fatigue to raise my armour to 5. Because I remember I've got the Dane axe. Your armour is currently 3.
Okay, so I'm going to spend your point of fatigue to raise it to 4.
Yep, now because you didn't lower my armour, or is it if you spend...
It's if I lower your armour.
Is it if you lower my armour, or if you just spend a fatigue?
Yeah, when fatigue is used to reduce your warlord's armour.
Okay, so nice. So you've put it back up to 4, yeah?
Yeah.
Sorry, back up to... No, you've put. What are you doing? You're putting your armour up to 4.
I'm putting mine up to 4.
You're putting your armour up to 4.
That's including the Dane axe already, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. So back to me. I am going to use determination. Again, so he's very determined. And I get to gain 3 dice, attack, defense, or a mix of them. And I gain an extra dice of my choice for each fatigue on the enemy unit. Now, I'm assuming that because I've already spent that, I should have done that at the start. So I am going to gain, I think, 2 attack dice, and I'm going to put 1 on the side for defense. Back to you.
I've got the Frigg melee ability, which is remove fatigue from your unit. I don't have any, or gain 3 attack dice. So
okay.
Double my
okay. So you have 6 dice, and you're hitting on 5s. I have 10 dice hitting on 4s. Come on, Egbert, it's your time to shine. Oh wow.
I'm not sure Egbert is a warrior's name. That's the problem.
That's
still bad, isn't
6.
You're 5 for me.
You're on 5s, yep.
2.
2, okay. I need 2 saves
You've got
of...
3 dice. You put an extra divide.
Oh yes, I get 3 dice, don't I? So I've got my little blue dice, which is my extra one. It works better that way. Yeah. So I have 3 dice, trying to roll 2 5s. Yeah.
Yeah.
1, so he's taken 1, so I will just take a fatigue for resilience, whereas you need 6 saves of 5.
This is unlikely.
Oh, it's a good shout. They are dead.
To kill me.
Yep, they're gone. No
I was
one's
too
fatigue.
far away.
And I suffer another fatigue for that. Okay, right. Let's see what's next. I am going to use this to activate my half guard again. If we can run the half guard onto the bridge, please. Now, what I'm about to do could be a mistake, but I'm gonna try. Okay, so my Warlord is going to turn around and look imposing. I'm now going to use the Saga ability. So I'm now going to use Lord of War. So I remove all the fatigue from my Warlord, and his armor is 6 until the start of my next turn. So he's standing there, all sort of determined. There we go.
Now,
so he's removed that.
He's now Egbert the Determined.
He's Egbert the bridge. I was about to say builder, but no, he's just going to stand there. I'm going to put that next to him to remind us his armor is 6. So he's going to be standing there holding his ground while his men come to his rescue behind him. And I have a feeling he's going to have a lot of javelins thrown at him. Right, that is the end of the Anglo-Danish turn. Let's go into the 4th Viking turn. All right, Robin, what did you do?
So I'm down a dice now because of my warriors on the bridge.
Should have said last time that I'd lost a dice as well, actually.
However, I did manage to roll an S, so I got my dice pool in, and I had. Do I have anything left on the board? No, I didn't. So I mainly put it into activations, a bit in the combat pool, and I've got a couple of abilities. Should something occur.
Okay.
Obviously, most of my abilities are melee or.
Are they?
Yeah.
You've not really done that. You've just been javelin and everything.
It's like there's a theme.
I know. What do you fancy doing?
Talking about javelins,
Oh,
I'll
here we
start
go.
with my levies.
Okay.
So there's
I have nothing on my board, but my Warlord's got armor 6. He's fully resilient, and he's just outside of using them as.
Yeah, but I've got. Oh, when I say tomahawks, I mean like nuclear missiles. Right.
You're just going to make a nice little semicircle around him.
Yeah.
Do you want me to sort of help here?
Yeah, I'm heading kind of that way as well because. Believe it or
Oh,
not, thinking about the scenario.
I see
I had
what you're
this
doing.
epiphany where you actually have to try and win.
I see what you're doing. Right, got it. Hang on, let
And
me
then-
move so they're all in.
Because I'm still getting 4 dice.
You're getting 6 dice.
Oh yeah, sorry, because it's not combat. Is it?
You're getting 6 dice, and you're just hitting on 6s.
Yep. 2.
2 hits. I need 2 saves of 4. Oh dear, he takes 2 fatigue for resilience. It's going to be bad.
I think he's more just fed up.
Oh, he's just fed up. Just stand there, come on, just get it over with. Right.
I'm going to use my Warlord's Determination
Okay.
to move himself.
Right, so where's he going to go?
He's going to try and get out the river. So I think I'm just about going to make it to the bank.
Cool.
We'll have to decide next turn. Well, I guess I'll start in the terrain, so I'll still be.
Yeah.
And then he's going to use Weir Bay
And get them on.
to they'll also be short this turn because they're
Yeah.
starting in there.
You're running away from all my men. They're over there. I see. You've got you on the run now. Oh no, you are playing the scenario quite well here.
I'm going to use activate a unit of warriors.
Which unit of warriors are you activating? These
Going
guys all the way over
They're
here.
coming round the rocks.
But round the front, yeah?
Yeah.
So we've got to go straight line, haven't they?
If it makes it easier, my next activation is going to be them again.
Alright, so where do you what? And then you want them to come this way?
Yeah.
Alright,
I'll put
okay.
fatigue on them.
Why not?
And
There we go. Right.
last activation
Yep.
is a unit of half guard or a hero. I'm going to go with my warlord.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. Okay, so the Vikings are grouping together, and the Danes are a bit strung out on the bridge. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'm leaving 3 dice on the board, so I realise I've only got 5 dice to roll, so I might as well.
I've got 4 dice. It
Keep
doesn't.
stuff in.
It's fine. I have 4. You know, probably not for much longer. End of your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go into the Anglo-Dane turn 5. Okay, so with only 4 Saga dice, I'm a bit limited on what I can do. So I've put some mixed activations between the warriors and the half guard because I need to get some troops over, and then I've taken 1 Saga ability. So I think we're going to start everything off by just using my Warlord's determination, and he will rest for a free action and remove 1 fatigue. Next, my Warlord is going to... No, he's not. I'm going to activate some half guard. Yep, so the half guard will just move up to help defend their lord. And now I'm going to go for it because I hate those levies so much. I'm going to activate my Warlord. No, my Warlord is going to charge. So there. And I just want to check something. Excellent. Okay, so my Warlord is charged in. He has an aggression of 8. So he gets 8 dice base. You have 4 dice. You don't have any fatigue. I'm going to kick things off by playing my ability Crush the Weak. If the enemy unit has an armor of 3 or less, which you do, gain 4 attack or defense dice. So I'm going to... I think I'm going to go for... I don't know, I think I am going to... I'm going to keep 1 defense dice and add 3 attack dice. So I'll add those in, plus another 1, and then keep 2 for defense. What do you want to do?
Use combat bonus just to add an attack dice.
Okay.
Got nothing else.
I pass.
I'm going to use Thor, which is a melee, so I get an extra automatic hit for any 6s I roll.
Okay, so 6s count as 2s. Okay, anything else?
No.
Okay, so I have, 11 dice hitting on 3s, and you have 5 dice hitting on 4s, because my... Oh no, I'm hitting on...
I can spend your fatigue still, they can't.
You can do.
So actually I will lower your armour.
You're going to lower my armour to 3. So my armour's 4 normally, because of the Dane axe, you're going to lower it to 3. Your armour's 2, because of my Dane axe.
Yep.
Okay, I'm looking for 2s. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and you're looking for 3s.
6s. Oh, 4 hits. 5 hits.
So 5 hits. Okay, right. So I need, so I got 10. I need 5 saves of 5.
You've got a extra attack. Defense dice.
They're defense dice, yes, thank you, Robin. So I need to get 5 5s. 1. So I will off. This is going to be bad. 3 of my... Oh, no, hang on. I need to get rid of 4 hits, don't I? So I'll off 3 of my half-guard bodyguard. Here we go. It's a bad plan. Just see this. And I'll just take 1 fatigue for resilience. You need 10 saves of 5.
You can roll 1 more defense dice because I lowered your armour. Because you got tenacity.
Oh, yes. Okay, so I need a 5. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
so he...
Bring back 1...
yeah, I'll just bring back 1 guy. There we go. Sorry, just so you guys, because I was doing that bit off camera. There we are. There's the 2 guys. So, you need 10 saves of 5.
I think I'm mostly dead. 9. There'll be 2 guys left.
9. So 9 dead. So it starts with the ones in base to base, doesn't it? So 1. So basically we just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 1 left. Oh no, there's 2 left. No, there's 2 left. Okay. And of course they're not generating.
2 left means 1 javelin.
2 left does mean 1 javelin. If that's what takes it out, I'll be so I took 1 fatigue in the combat, and I will take 1 fatigue for there. They take a fatigue, and I guess they have to go this way. Because you've got to withdraw because I know they're at the back, but
Yeah, still.
There we go. Well done, Egbert. So you're down to how many Saga dice now? 4.
2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. That even things up just a little bit. Okay, let's go over to the board. I'll activate my unit of warriors. Robin, can you just move the warriors out onto the road, please? Just get them as close to the bridge as you can. Excellent. Okay, so at least that's the pesky javelin men dealt with, although I'm not looking forward if these two guys throw one out, because the thing is now he's out of range of his ability. Oh dear. Right, so that is the end of the Anglo-Danish turn. Let's go into the penultimate Viking turn. Okay, Robin, what did you do?
Had one ability left on the board anyway, one dice into abilities, and then just the rest into activation to try and maybe consolidate my position and maybe get rid of Egbert.
Okay, what are you going to go with first?
We'll start with my Warlord.
Okay.
Using Njord. So to remove a fatigue from each unit within M of your Warlord. So it's going to be the Warlord himself.
And then, is it me as well? Did it say each of your units?
No, it just says from each unit. So I assume that does apply to you too.
Oh no, that can't be right.
Probably not. It's probably because the rest do say your attack dice from your unit. And
No.
From one of your...
Okay, so this is the benefit of the FAQ. So here it goes. Vikings Njord. It does affect all units to M, not just units in the Viking warband. So what was it? It removed one. Do you still want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I slaughter you, then it's fair.
Slaughter you, but it's even better. More to glory. I helped you. Is this the equivalent of getting him back up and giving him his sword?
And then just punching him again, yeah. Unit of warriors. It's going to be...
Oh, hang on. Who are we going?
Okay, those ones over there. If you want to spend the fatigue to slow the movement down, they're just moving across.
Yeah, I will. So they're just going to go down to the bush. As they close in on the Warlord. Okay, this is only the second game in what's meant to be like a little campaign type thing, but I kind of feel like Egbert's doing a bit of a last stand here. Got to say. It's not looking good for him.
I'm going to activate a unit of Hearthguard.
Okay. These guys?
Yeah, coming over this way.
Alright, they're moving next to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Warlord's Determination.
Mm-hmm.
Charge.
You're going to charge. Okay. Alright. Okay, I'm obviously not going to close ranks or nothing like that. Okay, right. Let's work this out. Okay, so Robin's got an aggression of 8. I've got an aggression of 8. My armour is 4 because of the Dane axe. I knock your armour down to 4 with the Dane axe. So, starting with you, Robin, what do you want to do?
You've got nothing on your board.
I have nothing,
okay,
no, my board.
My other ability that I've got stored is actually no use to me. I'm just going to use your fatigue to raise my armour.
You want to raise your armour, which then doesn't give me a defence dice.
Yeah.
So your armour is now 5. So you have 8 dice needing 4s, I have 8 dice needing 5s. Okay, Robin, go for it. 5.
Yeah. 4.
4. Okay, so this could be bad. So how many? I need 5 saves of 5. 5 saves of 5. I need at least 2. New. And I think. Hang on, let me just check.
I think you are out of.
I am out. Just so people can see. Because look, I can basically. There we go. No, he is out. My Warlord is down. Egbert is down.
Egbert is floating down the river.
That's so mean. Now you need 4 saves of 5. So the thing is, if you fail on these,
I've got some Hearthguard.
Oh, you have got some Hearthguard
I
in
did
range.
a tactic.
Oh, I see what you did.
What am I saving on? Sorry, 5s.
5s. So you can either lose. Hang on. So you can lose 2 Hearthguard and take one fatigue, or you can just take 3 fatigue.
I'll lose the 2 Hearthguard.
Okay, and take 1 fatigue.
Yeah.
Okay. And my guy is dead, and then you gain another fatigue anyway for the combat.
And they won't get one because you're not.
No, because I wasn't in range. No.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Is that the end of the? If the Warlord dies, is that the end of the scenario entirely, or do we carry on in the main rule? I don't know if that's a main rule. Let's just check. Okay, so that's only if we're playing the regicide game length. So that's me down another Saga dice. I've just got 3 left. So anyway, Robin, what you got left?
Unit of warriors.
Okay.
And I'm just going to bring these guys
over. Okay.
Have
you got the? Yep.
I want to get someone in front, just in case.
So they're just here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll move the rest. That's
fine. And that is me. I'm just leaving that last Saga dice.
Okay. So that's That was the end of Egbert, or he's been carried off wounded. We'll have to see what happens to him when the game ends. So let's go into the final Anglo-Danish turn with 3 Saga dice. Okay, so I just basically have to go for broke here. I've put everything into... I'm activating... Do you know what? Actually, before we finish, Robin hasn't played anything. I'm realistically not going to get my warriors into the game. I'm going to put that there. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is activate some half guard. My half guard are going to charge. They haven't got any fatigue or anything on them. They are going to charge your warriors. Do you wish to close ranks?
No.
Nope, no closing ranks. Okay, let's work out the combat pools. Okay, so I get 4 dice because I get 2 each. Robin has a full fresh unit of warriors, which means he will have 8. They have no fatigue, so I will start by using the combat bonus. Gain 1 attack or defense dice, or 2 if you use the helmet, which is what I'm using. So I'll just gain 2 attack dice. Over to you.
What have you got left in your pool? Is that a melee one?
Yes.
Okay, next one I'm going to use Loki.
Yep.
Which is until the end of the melee, gain 2 attack dice each time the enemy unit triggers a Saga ability or uses one of my fatigue.
Okay, alright, so I'm then going to trigger that now because I'm playing Determination, so you gain 2 attacks. Determination, gain 3 attack dice or defense dice in any mix you like. I will just gain attack dice. Okay. Yeah, I don't see the point. They're going down. Their lord has been killed. They failed in their duty. Have you got anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, so I have 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 9 attacks hitting on 3s because of my Dane axes. You have however many attacks you have.
10 hitting on 4.
Hitting on 4s because of my Dane. Okay, hitting on 3s. Not bad. 6. Robin requires 4s. Also not bad.
I think that's 6 as well, isn't it? Oh no, it's 7.
7? Okay, I think my guys are done for, but they might be taking some people down with them. So, 7 saves of 5. 3.
Oh,
No, they're dead. They are very dead. But you need 6 saves of 5. And they took 6 of them down with them, which also denies the Saga dice. What a way to go.
I don't think that's going to cost me the game.
No, I don't think it is at all. I don't think it is. That's a bit of a pain because my last dice is a half guard or hero dice, so I can't use it. So, but that is the end of the Anglo-Danish game. It's over to Robin. Robin, are you even going to bother rolling?
So, the only thing I can think I would want to do, so maybe if I just roll the dice on the table, see what is...
Bring people in.
I need to move to get the maximum points to just try and win.
Well, let's roll then. So we'll go into the Viking final turn.
So, didn't need to roll because all I would have done is use the Warlords Determination, which obviously doesn't require a dice anyway.
Yeah, because he was here,
to move him from just around here to get him to the point where he's within M of every single unit I've got left. And I guess I would have used We Obey just in case we were counting this as where the edge of the terrain was to make sure they were definitely... I know we wouldn't have, but they're
just in case.
Off the bank then.
Just in case. Right then. Okay, I have a feeling I know how this has worked out. However, let's go away and we'll work out the points.
Because I've lost figures out of the units, it might not... I think I've still won, but it might not add up quite as well as...
I think you're going to be... I think it's going to be quite a disparity. But we'll go away and we'll come back to you guys in a minute. As you can see, we needed to calculate it for this one. So we worked out Robin's points first. Because this is on survival points, it's about what's left on the board. He got 2 points for his Warlord being left, and 1 because it still generated a Saga dice. 2 points for the half guard, and 1 because it still generated a Saga dice. 1 point for the levy. 1 point for these 2 warriors, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 points for those warriors. This unit also gave him another point for generating Saga dice. And then, because all of them are within M of the Warlord, they give him an extra 2 points each. However, because this unit here crossed the river, they actually gave him 6. So it was a grand total of 24 for the Vikings. Let's talk about the Anglo-Danes. What was left on the board was 2 full units. So
unharmed.
I got unharmed and leaving the battlefield. There's a lot of Anglo-Danish dead about here. So I got 4 points for the levy, 4 points for the warriors. They both still generate a Saga dice each, so that goes up to 10 points. However, I lost 4 units altogether, so that takes me down to 8 points. 6 points. Yeah. Sorry, I can't do maths. Not that. So I finished.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
I finished on 6, and Robin finished on 24. So a roaring victory for the Vikings, which is awesome. That just did not go my way at all. What about you? How do you think it played? Because I found that really hard going.
Yeah, it was a really hard scenario because it's random, isn't it, with the river? So half of the board being impassable down the middle would have been very different if that. And then I ended up with a unit stuck over there, which I thought were going to be completely ineffective.
Well, I forgot about those. It was.
But
they ended up as a blocking unit.
Yeah, they ended up really useful at the end. It was. I think it was just being able to kill off with your stuff that was on that side, or was it a unit of.
The warrior, you basically took out half a unit of warriors.
Yeah, unit of warriors straight away with the javelins, I think made a big. Because a full strength unit of warriors charging my levy would have probably just obliterated them, and then would have been fighting over there more rather than.
Yeah, all of the combat happened.
Yeah.
Here, though, we did still get some combat on the bridge. I like how the deployment worked.
Yeah.
In that we were. Because obviously in a bridge game you often think that things are going to funnel down into there. That didn't happen because we had the opposing forces, and I guess that's what they're going for in the scenario, because it was more about movement than it was about just brute sort of
It
strength.
really made you think, do I fight the people on my side of the bridge or do I slog across? And maybe because I committed really early to slogging across the river.
I got to say, I do think that because obviously I went first and I only rolled 3 Saga dice, and even though we still haven't played with that rule, the fact that you can't use the maneuver rule in this, so you're having to really just push your activations.
That would have been a massive difference, because you rolled whatever you rolled 3 Saga dice, you could have done something with stuff over here that would have been cool, and then moved everything over here, whereas all you did was some cool stuff over there. Think what you did.
Yeah, absolutely. So
well, that is quite a.
As you know, we're playing this in a campaign, so we're using this as a saga in Saga. So our warlords are going to gain some experience. So, Robin, did your warlord take part in the battle?
He did.
He did. So you get 2 points. Did your warlord participate in at least 1 combat? Yes. Yep. So he puts you up to 3. Were you eliminated? No. Did you win the game? Yes. 4. And did you fight a warlord with more experience? No. So you get 4 points. And then I think I'm going to get the same. So I got 2 points because he took part in a battle. He took part in a combat, which is 3. And he was eliminated, which is 4.
For a start, because he got in a cool fight.
He got in a cool fight. However, I think I might need to rename him. So instead of being Egbert of Sudfield, I'll have to get a different name, and this will have to be his son, just for the ongoing saga, as it were. But anyway, guys, we really hope you enjoyed this game. It's good fun to play. Now that we're sort of getting these little tweaks to the rules, it definitely made a difference.
It makes you feel a lot more clever than you are. When something cool comes off, like you plan a couple of manoeuvres and it all matches up, you probably haven't had that yet.
No, I'm glad you felt clever. I was about to say, I'm glad you felt clever.
I mean, when it comes together, it's like, oh, that's really worked how I hoped it would.
No, it did.
It's a really satisfying game to play.
I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it as well. And I think you are as well, because you were saying as well, just that the Vikings aren't your normal type of faction.
No, I'm not normally let's sacrifice some men to do lots of combat type person. But
you seem to be enjoying it.
Well, yeah.
You seem to be enjoying it. Anyway, guys, we will be back with another Saga battle report, and other battle reports as well in the coming few videos. Hope you enjoyed this. Remember to check out the other Saga video as well. Remember, you can see down below if you're interested in the channel membership and all of those bits and bobs. So that's all down below. Thanks again for Robin for coming over for a game, and thank you for watching. So we will see you guys again in the next one. Take care.